My name is Henry and welcome to another Adobe Add-ons showcase. I'll try to make this one a bit quicker, but first I just want to apologize that I hadn't been uploading for a week. I intended to make this video last week, and I've got a lot more videos planned for the coming weeks and the remainder of this week, so I'll try to get more videos up more frequently for a little bit of a while now, because I lost so much time last week because school stuff, releases, a lot of cool stuff happened last week that's not really relevant to the channel, so I'm not going to talk too much about them. But let's just say I was kind of busy. Kind of still am, but I'm still going to push out this video because I don't want to sort of make this stay too long. So, today we're going to be doing another first. We did that last time as well with the Ignition Super Resolution Resize plugin being the first Premiere Pro and After Effects plugin I ever featured. So today's one is a bit different. Today I'm taking a look at a Lightroom plugin. And those of you who might know a lot about me, I am on the side of this YouTube thingy. I am a photographer. I like to call myself a freelance photographer. How much you decide to believe in that is up to you. I am, though, a freelance photographer. I also do have a sort of photography portfolio blog with nothing in it. That there is a link in the description and on my blog, on my YouTube channel, whatever. And I use Lightroom for pretty much all of that work. So this plugin... So Lightroom is pretty much my favorite program, even above Photoshop, which was the first Adobe program I learned. But once I figured out Lightroom, I loved it way more. So I thought we'd be taking a look at a new Lightroom plugin. Now, normally, I don't really care about Lightroom plugins. Or I care, but I don't care enough to make plugin showcases for it, because traditionally they are things like JF Google Drive, which is one of my favorite ones, or 500 pixels one. Most of them are just upload your photos directly from Lightroom into the service, which is useful, and they are worth the money in case they cost a little bit of money, but they're not really all that special, because if you've used one, and some of them are even integrated into Lightroom, you've used them all. They're easy to figure out. They don't need an add-on showcase. If you're buying one of those, you're almost guaranteed it's going to work, so there's no need for me to showcase it. However, this one, which costs $20, it's called Cloud Tagger, can be gotten from the Adobe Add-on store, is quite a bit more interesting because it actually adds a new feature to Lightroom that, if it wouldn't have been for the fact that it's Adobe's program, could probably have been a native feature, and it works pretty similar to a native feature as well. So we're going to be taking a look at Cloud Tagger. So the first thing I'm going to start off with here is how it works. So Cloud Tagger uses the new Google Vision API, which was released sometime after Google Photos became a thing. It's pretty awesome for developers, not too much for us, but it's pretty awesome. So basically, if you've ever used the Google Photos service, if you have an Android phone or even an iOS phone, I personally use it as a backup for my photos. I pay for 1 terabyte a month of Google Drive storage, which also syncs with my photo storage. So I basically just upload my images up there, and then they're synced to all my devices. The reason I do that, or not the reason I do that, but what is cool about that is if you've ever used it and then search for, say, you search for dog, then without looking at titles or tags, it'll automatically, using this Vision API, find anything that resembles a dog inside of it. It's really good because it uses deep learning, which is basically that you have a machine and you feed it with so many images of stuff that it will automatically recognize them later on. So it's pretty good. It's able to recognize what type of photography it is and similar things. And someone, I can't remember the author name, I'll probably pop it up on screen or something, was awesome enough to create an extension or a plugin called Cloud Tagger, which basically uses the Cloud Vision, or not the Cloud Vision, but the Vision API from Google in Lightroom. So you basically just select your image and then you just run Cloud Tagger and it'll automatically find keywords, suggest keywords that you can put on it. So let's just open up Lightroom. So I've gone ahead and just prepared a really old one from earlier this year, like 2016. It was pre-Christmas, I believe, like or maybe it was after Christmas. I'm not sure, but it's a bunch of pictures of flowers and some different varied stuff. Stuff. So first of all, we're gonna go ahead to File and Plugin Manager, because we want to take a look at Cloud Tagger, which it automatically opened up. Awesome. So what we're going to notice here is that we've got a couple of settings. So for one, there's not that many settings. There's really just this. So there's minimum confidence, which allows you to set, this is in batch mode, because there's two ways you can use this. You can either specify one specific photo at a time and select keywords, or, and this is really awesome, that's the thing, There's also batch mode, which allows you to basically select pretty much an entire library of photos or an entire folder of photos and then just run it on all of them. It'll do it really quickly, and it's not going to bug you with a million confirm all these keywords. It's just going to have this, the minimum confidence. You set that to its default to 85. You can set it up or down depending on the results. You kind of have to experiment a bit with this. I kept it at 85. I might change it in the future, I'm not sure. But the point is, you set that to a number, and then anything that it's not too sure about but it's still able to somewhat grab out of the image will be excluded, and then anything that below that will be taken in. So basically it requires 85 of certainty to be able to get it in, or confidence. It needs to have 85 confidence points, whatever, confidence ratio in that image in order to give it that tag. So fiddle with that, experiment a bit. You've got quite a bit of time to experiment with it. So with that done, now you've got into settings and take a look at that. And also the keyword blacklist. This had a couple of ones like photography. I ended up keeping them because depending on where I upload, it might be useful to actually have photography be a part of the tags or keywords. So it's up to you whether you want to keep it or not. But you can add any photos. So like if it's seeing, if for example, if you're, even though you don't take photos of it, maybe you don't want it to pop up at all, then you can add like sexual activity or something like that. Something that you know is never going to be in your photos that it might somehow wrongly pick up on. Just add it to the keyword blacklist and it will never ever add that again. Just be wary of it in case you suddenly change your art style or something. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into doing this. So we've got this, I mainly kept this photo because of the bouquet, but we'll see. So go to library. And you'll see here there's the plugin extras menu. Now, I have a couple of plugins here, but here's the one we were interested in. We've got get keyword suggestions. There's actually three options. We've got get keyword suggestions, clear cached suggestions for selected photos. So basically, if you run this and you decide, nah, I do not like these, and you press cancel, it'll actually have a cache of the suggestions that you've selected. So the suggestions that it found, it'll keep them cached so that next time you run it on the same image, in case you want to do it again, it's not going to take as long in uploading to Google servers and downloading the information. It's just going to straight up give it to you immediately because it's already got it locally. Now that can take up space, so you're going to be allowed to clear it. And in case you want to run it over again because you've done some minor change to the image that you think is going to affect it, maybe you've upped the exposure so Google can understand it easier, all that sort of stuff, you press that and you'd run it again and you might get different results, who knows. So that's what that is. And then there's auto apply batch keyword suggestions. So basically that one is the one you run if you want to batch, if you want to run all images with keyword suggestions. So we're going to do the simple one first with the get keyword suggestions. We're going to press that. Going to give it a second. You can see it going up there, and here we are, suggested keywords. We get this nice little window. So what did it suggest for this image? So you can see the ratio that I mentioned earlier, the confidence ratio. So you notice since I set it to 85, it's not automatically suggesting these because there's just barely below. This one is hitting it directly. It's at 85%. These ones are a little bit below that, so they're not, it's not even asking. So, or it's asking, but it's not automatically selecting them. So now we've got nature, green, white, tree, branch, flora, plant, leaf, yellow, and flower. So yellow is not correct and flowers are not, but leaf is. So I'm going to go and select that. So now we've got a pretty good selection. And despite the fact that it denied leaf, I can understand why, because it's really blurry and that's sort of part of the effect. What I don't understand is why it didn't recognize the bouquet. I'm not sure if that's not a feature they have or if it's something else. But anyway, it's figured out pretty much most of these pretty well. So again, I have not had any sort of like, most of the things it's found have been accurate, especially when it's below 85%, which is why I'm keeping it there for now. But looking at this, I might actually take it down to 83%. But then again, we've got this yellow and flower, which are not really relevant. So it's a bit up to you. So we're going to go and press the blue apply selected keywords button. And you'll notice it automatically pops up in the keyword tags for the image. So it's useful if you upload it to websites that have metadata detection. I know some social medias, if you upload them with tags, will automatically add them to the tags. I know specifically that a lot of Google services do that. So like if you have anything sort of related to Google, then and people search for that image on Google, then they'll automatically easier find your image because it's got tags that specify the content. So it's really useful. Now, just to sort of make this a bit different here, I've got this image, which I have two versions of. I have one that I sort of wanted to sort of make more vibrant in terms of the colors. So we've got two versions of it. So we'll see if it's able to pop up with two different ones for this one. So we'll go ahead, and for the sake of this, we'll go ahead and select both images. So we'll hold, oh crap, I forgot how that worked. There we go. We'll hold in Shift while we're doing this. Library, plugin extras, and we'll do auto apply batch keyword suggestions. So here it comes up with the confirm batch update. In batch mode, all photos will be automatically tagged with the suggested keywords as long as the confidence factor is above the configured threshold. You can define the default threshold in the plugins option. It's written wrong here. Hope the creator sees the video and fixes this if he doesn't already know. In the plugin options panel, it's of course meant to say plugin, or override it just for this time below. So you can basically, what's cool here is that you can actually specify it here. So if a batch fails and you notice, oh wait, there's better keywords here, you can just do it over again. You don't have to do the settings and then change it for every time, but just change it for that one time because you're generally happy with 85. So you could set it up to 90 here if you think it'll grant better results. So I'm going to go ahead and press OK. And it's going to follow the keyword suggestion service, and it's done. So let's go ahead and have a look. So I keep on doing this. There we go. So this one gets blossom, flora, flower, green. Leak light is not supposed to be there. I'm sorry. That's one of the plugins I used for this particular photo. So there we go. And then we can go to this one, and flora, flower, leak light is also seeping its way in here. It's literally leaking into my photo. Plant and yellow. So this one got a little bit less. This one had blossom. This one didn't. So I guess color changes does things. So again, with the clear the cache for the next time we run it. So now let's go ahead and do it just for the sake of this, to just show how fast this thing works. Now I do have a pretty fast internet connection at 300 up and 300 down, but it's pretty fast. I did this on my school network, which is like, since everyone's using it at the same time, it's like the best I get normally is like 5 up and 3 down. So it's fast even there. So the fastness really is good for this. It's really fast. So auto apply batch keyword suggestions, and okay. This one's going to take a while. No, it's already done. So as you can see, it's really quickly, and it's now added keyword tags to all these different ones. Now, I'm going to go ahead and undo this. There we go. Undo cache keywords. There we go. So I'm going to go and select all again, and I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and go to library and plugin extras. I'm going to show you guys what happens if you do get keyword suggestions when you've selected a lot of photos. It's now going to pop up with this, so it's going to tell you. So again, it grabbed the cached one, but you get the point here. So apply selected keywords, and it's going to do this for every image. So you can select all of them and then do the normal one. But if you're in a hurry, or you have like over 100 photos and you just want some pretty accurate tags for each image, then you can just basically do Command A and then just the batch processing. I traditionally do that for really big, like folders with images that I just need to get where I don't have time to do tags. And that's what this is useful for. It's a more efficient way to get keywords. And I even used it when I could have written the keywords myself. It's hard to come up with good keywords. So when you already have a service that's making them for you, it's pretty useful. So you might be wondering, is this a subscription service? No. You pay $20 once for a download of this plugin, and then you basically have free access, or you don't have free access, but you do get these keywords. Now I know for a fact that if the creator has enough query calls, in other words, to the API, enough people use it, he will have to pay a monthly fee. I'm not sure if he's already doing that or if he's planning to do it. I'm assuming that's why the extension plugin even costs money, is in order to cover those costs in the future. So yeah, so that's basically it for the plugin. I think it's one of the coolest Lightroom plugins that have gotten released in the last couple of years. Lightroom has seen limited in creativity when it comes to plugins. There's been a lot of plugins, but most of them have just been upload to Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, which is boring. I don't understand why there's a plugin for Facebook when it's already built in. People are just trying to scam, I guess. But this one is unique because it actually adds a new cool feature, and it's actually using new technologies to innovate in Adobe software in a way that Adobe doesn't do. So it's awesome. So I definitely recommend checking it out. It works in, I know for a fact that it works in Lightroom CC, and I don't think it's easy to get it for Lightroom 5, or yeah, this is Lightroom 6, of course. Don't think it's easy to get it for Lightroom 5. It might be supported, like it might technically work, but I don't think it's easy because you get it through the Creative Cloud add-ons. And those sort of add-ons only work through Lightroom CC and not Lightroom 5 because it doesn't use the Creative Cloud application that syncs it. But that's sort of up to you to figure out. But yeah, that's really about it for this plugin. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I have a couple more extensions. I have a Photoshop and Illustrator extension coming up next week. I also have I have 2 Illustrator extensions, or primarily one, and then I have one extension that works for both Photoshop and Illustrator that's also coming up soon. And just in general, there are more and more extensions getting released every day now, and it's awesome. So I try to keep up to date with all of them. So yeah, again, this one is exclusive to the Adobe Add-on store, so there'll be no affiliate links or no like sales or any discount codes or nothing. Just straight up buy it from the add-on store. There's not much I can do, but I'm gonna be honest, I definitely recommend it for $20, especially if you're like me and you have a lot of images going through every day and you want to have them tagged. This is a very efficient way that literally just takes you 3 seconds, and in all honesty, it'll have made those $20 is literally nothing for the awesomeness of the plugin. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and yeah, all the normal stuff. And I'll see you guys next time in whatever video I make, probably another add-ons showcase. Thank you.